そ、一足遅かったが、ルパンめまんまと盗み寄って。
いいえ、あの方は何も取らなかったわ。私のために戦ってくださったんです。
いや、奴はとんでもないものを盗んでいきました。あなたの心です。
That was Theme from Lupin III, the Walther P99 mix by Toshio Matsuura, remembering the great Yuji Ono, Japanese jazz pianist and composer who passed away on May 4th this year. Yuji Ono wrote this iconic theme song for Japanese TV anime Lupin III, and everybody in Japan knows this song. This was a version by DJ and composer Toshio Matsuura from United Future Organization, also known as UFO, and this was released on the Ready-Made label in 1998. My name is Benjamin Herman. I'm a Dutch saxophone player. This is my first show on One Jazz, and I'm very happy to have a spot and glad you've tuned in. I've been making radio shows for the Dutch National Broadcasting Company, NPO, for over 15 years. On One Jazz, I'll be hopping from countries and subjects depending on my monthly schedule. This first episode, I'm focusing on Japan. It's my favorite place on earth and a unique country if you're into music, especially jazz. In the early 1900s, when jazz was spreading like wildfire across the globe, Japan was one of the first countries to open up for this exciting new style of music. Because of the harbors and all the American ships coming in 1912 there was already a jazz band in Japan, and within a decade there were clubs in most of the big cities. Here's one of my all-time favorite Japanese tracks. This is written by composer, arranger, accordionist, and occasional vocalist Koichi Sugii. That's Sugii. He passed away in 1942. He was only 36 years old, but he did manage to write and record a bunch of stuff in spite of the ban on jazz during the war years. An amazingly modern sounding track, modal jazz from 1938. This is Koichi Sugii, Kiso-Bushi.
the first thing I saw when I woke up was the scent of sulfurs. I was still floating with joy in the world that's so bright. Oh boy, nothing could ever destroy. Chasing dreams pure and the void. Running for the past in lost, caught in time on the coast. Dream of ours, they shine like frost. Every time I hear the new words, ocean walkers can't do.
And no one ever releases precious things.
They hold the earth.
Daydream by the multi-talented Misaki Umei. She is a 24-year-old pianist, composer, and, like Koichi Sugii, occasional vocalist. Misaki Umei started playing piano at the age of 4 and has been working professionally for over a decade now. She released a superb album called Asleep Above Creatures last year in 2025, and that ranges from these kind of wonderful sonic adventures to some super virtuoso piano playing. Mago Uta now by the great Akira Ishikawa and Count Buffalo. Japanese jazz fans certainly know this name. Drummer Akira Ishikawa was one of the first to blend rock and jazz and African music in Japan, and occasionally venture into Japanese folk music, like this 1969 version of Mago Uta. You are listening to One Jazz. My name is Benjamin Herman, and that was Mago Uta by Akira Ishikawa and Count Buffalo. There have always been amazing musicians in Japan. As we all know, when they set their mind to do something, the Japanese are meticulous. And some jazz musicians even made an extra effort to move away from simply trying to play like Americans, and this produced some really great records. The next track is the title track from drummer Hideo Shiraki's 1961 masterpiece in Fiesta. On flute is Hidehiko Matsumoto, also known as Sleepy Matsumoto, one of Japan's legendary tenor saxophonists, and on trumpet Hisaya Omata. Hideo Shiraki made quite a splash with this album, and he mixes traditional Japanese instruments with modern jazz of the time. He was also a real swinging drummer, and this track demonstrates his chops with brushes. This is In Fiesta by Hideo Shiraki. Slaughter on 10th Avenue by Takeshi Inomata on the Japanese label King Records. The album was called A Modern Punch for You, and it's a compilation of popular songs played by the most popular jazz bands of the day. I picked that one up through one of my friends in Tokyo. It's a really well recorded album. It's another thing that the Japanese are famous for, the sound quality. Same goes for the next track. This one's by Toshiyuki Miyama and the New Herd. He led his big band through the 60s and 70s. He recorded loads of stuff and took the whole orchestra to the US to perform at the Newport Jazz Festival in 1975. This is their version of a traditional Japanese song called Danchone-bushi. moving forward in time a bit with this swinging track, Atmos 2000 by Japanese groove merchants Mountain Moch Kilimanjaro, released on their 2012 album Perfect Times. This is DJ and producer Daisuke Tanabe, who's been releasing electronic music since 2007. I managed to catch one of his shows a couple of years ago in a place called Circus in Tokyo. And the sound systems in Japanese clubs are also always fantastic. So with the sonic range of all the electronics, it was really something special to see Daisuke Tanabe live. I think this track is named after someone's cat. Neko is cat in Japanese. This is called Stomp Nekozilla-san. Haya by one of my favorite new bands, that was Choko Pa Choko Kin Kin, and they are Daido, Yuta and So, of which one apparently is a grandson of Harumi Hosono from Yellow Magic Orchestra fame. Yellow Magic Orchestra, also known as YMO, is another Japanese rabbit hole that will keep you busy for years. Anyway, Choko Pa Ko Choko Kin Kin are a new Japanese collective, and they're gaining quite a following at the moment. Here's someone whose discography covers straight-ahead jazz, Afro jazz, Brazilian jazz, a bit of avant-garde, fusion and city pop. He's 94 and he's still gigging, and everybody knows him all over the world. I'm talking about alto sax legend Sadao Watanabe. And this record was his big commercial breakthrough record, released in 1978 when Japan's economy was booming and records were flying out of the stores. There was loads of money going around. California Shower was recorded in LA with an amazing bunch of American musicians like Dave Grusin and Harvey Mason and Lee Rittenauer. It was a big commercial success and sold 1 million copies in Japan alone at the time of its release. Good for you, Sadao. This is the title track of the album, Sadao Watanabe's California Shower. Kyo-Shu by pianist Toshiko Akiyoshi. She is another legendary Japanese musician. Thanks to pianist Oscar Peterson, Toshiko Akiyoshi was able to record her debut with his rhythm section. That was in 1953. And she also received a full scholarship for the Berklee School of Music in the US. She's now 96 years old and has been performing and recording for 7 decades. Her husband, Lou Tabakin, is an incredible saxophone and flute player. They had a very successful big band together for decades. She was the first Japanese female bebopper and a role model for women in jazz all over the world. And thanks to her, there are loads of great female musicians in Japan. For instance, composer and arranger Yoko Kanno. She wrote the music for 90s anime series Cowboy Bebop, one of my favorites. Yoko Kanno performs this music all over the world now, and with a bit of luck, the great Masato Honda will tag along for his massive alto solo in the title track, Tank.
I think it's time we blow this scene, get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
I'm going to finish things off with a track by tenor saxophonist and band leader Nobuo Hara and his Sharps and Flats, featuring Hozan Yamamoto on the shakuhachi, and that's a Japanese bamboo flute. Nobuo Hara, he made loads and loads of records of all sorts. And this is one from an album called New Jazz in Japan, released in 1968. My name is Benjamin Herman, and I'll be back next month. This is Tabarazuka.